Only 3 miserable games left for Blackburn Rovers, and today we build up to, of course, one of the miserablest ones of all, taking on Huddersfield, who we haven't beaten in absolutely ages. Will there be anything different this Saturday? We'll take a little look. Next. That's right, folks, back once again with another match preview. This time looking forward to Blackburn Rovers taking on Huddersfield Town this coming weekend at the Wood Park. We'll get to that in just one second. If you're new to the channel, stop what you're doing, swallow, chew and smash the old subscribe, get your bangers in all things Rovers related, championship related, world football related. We got it all here, and I can't wait for the season to end. Of course, what was billed as something exciting, explosive, could be top 6 related, has ended up to being a narrow escape. Goodness gracious me, we still mathematically could be sucked into it if everything goes against us in the next couple of weeks, but I think we're just about there. But regardless of all that, I'm optimistic, as I always stupidly am, that we can have a good summer. And of course, maybe change them for the face of the manager, bring somebody in new, exciting, different, bring in some new, exciting new players. Let's really shake it up a little bit. The fans will be back. Give them something new to bring in to get the old season tickets. Get them the tickets up there. And if you are, I'm not even into the bloody video here, but if you are watching or anyone connected with the club watching, I know you probably won't, but if you are, you got to do something, because the fans are disappointed. They're not going to sign on for another season of this. You've got to be brave. Put your hand in your pockets. And I know it's easy for me to say this, but of course, get somebody in, and of course, shake shit up a bit. You've still got a good core of players here, and if you can get your act together soon, then we might be able to have a good season next season, because the fans are running out of patience. They could easily be swayed. You know, you're losing them by the hundreds as weeks go by. So you need to do something dramatic over the summer. And when I say dramatic, I don't mean going back down your bargain bucket Poundland managers. I'm talking about get some quality in here. So get somebody in here who can shake this up and instill some belief in these boys. Anyway, let's talk about the game, shall we? Let's jump in the deep end then, shall we? Of course, it is Huddersfield Town up against Rovers at Wood Park. We'll take a look at that closer in a minute, of course. Take a look at the situation, the stats and figures that make the season that they are. Of course, we flattered to deceive here with, of course, a lot of our stats here. But, of course, on average, we pick up around about 13 shots a game compared to Huddersfield's 11. 2 yellow cards as well per game as well for Rovers, just the one for Huddersfield. 5 corners, which we are shit at. And again, somebody did say look forward to Pickering next season. I am looking forward to Pickering next season. He'll provide at least some outlet in that department. Of course, 4 corners as well for Huddersfield. 12 fouls apiece. Aerial duels are dominated by Rovers. 56% possession for Rovers. 79% pass success rate though for Huddersfield Town. They do come into this beneath us in the table. We'll take a look at that in a minute. This is our home stats compared to their away stats. And again, it's pretty much carbon copied. Really, not much difference. Just one yellow card on average at home. And again, success with the aerial duels and possession compared to pass rate going in favour of Huddersfield. Let's take a look at, of course, the goals then, shall we? Of course, Rovers scoring 54 times this season. That was long gun. That's freestyle football that we supposedly that gave us the boost earlier in the campaign. 54 goals compared to their 45. We scored 38 through open play, 30 for them. Set pieces 9 for those, just 6 for us because we're shit. We're absolute shit at those. 6 for counter attacks for us, 3 for them. 4 penalties for Rovers, nothing for Huddersfield. We could change that. We'll change that this weekend. And of course, 3 goals going in the back of the net. Courtesy of an opposition player for Huddersfield. And again, down there, shots per game for Rovers, 13.4 for us, 10.7 for them, with a conversion rate of just 9%, which is very, very criminal considering the amount of shots. These are the goals conceded. We've conceded 49 goals this campaign. They've conceded 63, 40 through open play for them. They did have a bit of a spanking the other day, 7-0 loss to Norwich, so that's hopefully some food for thought for the Rovers. Maybe we can pick them apart if we can play some explosive football, expansive football. 33 goals conceded through open play for Rovers, 10 set pieces, 13 for them, 3 counter attacks for them, just 1, 4 penalties conceded by Rovers, 6 for them, so hopefully we can be on the receiving end of 1 on our own end, so we'll see about that. And again, conversion rate 12%, which is good news for Rovers. Let's take a look at, of course, the attacking avenues. We're going to start down here on the left hand side. The possession is split, of course, in 3 departments. Of course, 31% of all the possession is kept in the opposition, the own third, defensive third for Rovers, 28% in the opposition third, and 41% in the middle third. Now, if you go back to around about match day 4 or 5, the numbers was well up here. It was different style of football for Rovers. We were playing high tempo, high press, quick draw McGraw kind of stuff, quick passing around, nice touches, but now it's pedestrian, it's slow, it's going, it's all been done in here, all this possession football that it's right here, it's with the keeper, it's with the back four, it's back between them, they go forward, it's like 1 step forward, 3 steps back. It is so pedantic and slow, and it's frustrating. So you can rub all those stats in our faces, of course, and say that we're a possession-based team, but if it's back there, that's pointless. You need to be on the front foot, going forward, high energy, of course, and we see it in the top level game, we see it the better teams, if they have the possession, they are, of course, doing it the right way. We are doing it the wrong way, of course. As for Huddersfield Town, again, it's the same sort of stuff there. I think they are a possession-based team to a point. 32% of their possession is kept in their own third, 43% in the middle, and 26% up top. So yeah, this is it right here, not this. We need more of this. As for the attacking avenues, we prefer to come down the flanks, of course, 38% either side, 25% down the middle. Huddersfield prefer the left-hand side, so keep an eye on that. 34% on the right. As for the shots, Rovers, 59% of all of our shots coming in the 18-yard box, 4% in the Scrappy W area, 36 long-range bad boys. And as for our visitors, 52% of their shots are in the 18-yard box, 6% in the 6-yard box, and 42% long-range puppies. Of course, we prefer down the left-hand side, 90% of all our shots coming down the left, 60% down the right, and 65% down your throat. And kind of similar for Huddersfield, 65% down your throat, 20% down the left, and 15% down the right. Kicking on forward, what do we got here? Of course, it's the table at the moment. We are 17th. We are flying down the table at the moment. Just 3 points separate us and Huddersfield. A win for them this weekend. Could see us flip-flop. Of course, our goal difference is an extra point at the moment, which is, of course, very, very handy. But, of course, that could change in a heartbeat. Of course, the match will take place right here at the Garden of Eden, boys and girls. It is Ewood Park, of course. Our penultimate home game of the season. Of course, we wrap it up against Birmingham. Mowbray's record against Huddersfield Town. I'm going to try and find that statistic for you right here, right now. I can't find it at the moment, but let's take a look at the record between Rovers and Huddersfield. They played each other 87 times, 30 wins for Rovers, 24 wins for Huddersfield, 33 draws. Of course, Mowbray's record against Huddersfield Town is actually pretty poor. He's managed against them 6 times in his whole career, just 1 win for himself, 3 wins for Huddersfield, and 2 draws. We're picking up around about 0.83 points per game, which is not very, very good, of course. Let's take a look at the stats then, shall we, heading into this course. The top goal scorer, Adam Armstrong, 22 goals so far. We drew a blank last round against Sheffield Wednesday, so we need to score first. Gallagher got himself 7 goals, Elliott's got 6, and Brereton's got 5. It is pretty much, if you take Armstrong out of the equation, it's pretty a dismal amount of goals. It is kind of similar to Huddersfield, but really, you take him out, what season would we add? And it looks like we're going to sell him anyway. So yeah, we have to be ready. We have to change things up. We can't sell our best player who scored 22 goals. Keep things as they are. Lose some other experience in the middle and expect better results. If you know what I mean. It could be. So if we're going to sell, we need a change of tactics, personnel. We need to bring fresh ideas from outside, somewhere new. It might be a bit of a gamble, but we need to do it and invest the money wisely, and whatever money we do get, we need to invest. Of course, the yellows, 8 yellows for Lenihan, 7 for Johnson, 5 for Rothwell, 6 for Douglas. Just 1 red card for us, and that has been Darren Lennon. That's a good stat, though, just 1 red card. As for Huddersfield Town, 7 goals for Campbell, Josh Curran's got 6, Bakun's got 5, and Menz's got 5 as well. Hogg's got 8 yellows, Alvar Gordon's got 7 as well, Sturman 5, and Bakuna 5 as well. Starr, Toffolo, and Brown got themselves red cards in respective over the season as well. Let's take a look at the recent encounters then since 1999, played each other 19 times. Rovers 6 victories, 5 wins for Huddersfield, and 8 draws. Our biggest win over Huddersfield was a 4-2 win. Their biggest win over us was a 2-0 win. We scored 27 goals over them. They've scored 23, and an average goals of get a match ratio of 1.42 compared to their 1.21. Our form is 33%, as is theirs. Just 1 win and 6, of course. So it's about around the right time as well that we played them, I guess. Anyway, let's take a look at the starting 11s here for you. Kaminsky between the sticks, Douglas, Lenihan, Howabez, and Nyambi make up a back 4 for me. When I look at this, I used to get excited when I look at this starting 11s, but right now I'm looking depressed. Holtby, Travis, and Rothwell make up your midfield 3. Gallagher, Armstrong, and Elliott make up your attacking trio. Yeah, when you look at this, Douglas won't be here next season. Howabez won't be here next season. Looks like Nyambi won't be here next season. Holtby won't be here next season. Rothwell probably won't be here next season. And of course, Armstrong and Elliott won't be here next season. So we'll be left with Kaminsky, Lenihan, Travis, and Gallagher out of this team. That's bad news. That's bad news. Of course, Rothwell and Nyambi could extend their deal by signing a new deal, but of course they have that contract extension. But that is just a waiting game. If they do stay on for another season, we're going to lose them for nothing. So we either sell or do something. We need to clean it up. And the likes of Holtby contract expires. Of course, the loans go back as well. As for Huddersfield, Schofield between sticks to follow at left back. Edmonds, Green, or Sarr will go in there. Keogh as well, brought in this season. Pippa as well. Hogg, Bacuna, O'Brien, Rowe, Holmes, and Campbell up top. That's what I'm expecting. This is the formation they played when they last. They last played away, which they won, I think. I think they won, but we'll take a look at that in a minute. Of course, the recent encounters, though, the last 6 has been nothing for Rovers. 3 for Huddersfield and 3 draws. That's both home and away. Of course, played each other twice, in Huddersfield in recent games, and they both 2-1 wins for Huddersfield. Nami Sarr with a brace last time around. And Sam Gallagher as well. Last time around, Ewan Park was a 2-2 draw. Holtby and Dacken, Scorshi, Grant, and Junior Bacuna as well. The last 6, though, at Ewood Park, we're going to go all the way back to 2013 for the last victory, and it was Jordan Rose against his old club. Unfortunately, we've only lost once in the past 6 games against Huddersfield, and that last defeat was back in 2016 with Nahki Wells and Matthew King-Gallen with a big fat OG in the end. Our home form compared to their away form, is much better than our home form, picking up 3, 6, 7.7 possible 18. We picked up 6.7 possible 18, so not good as well. Again, yeah, the 2-0 win against Forest on the road, played with that formation with a back 4 there. They did get spanked by Norwich 7-0. Hopefully we can get that, not that Huddersfield that pitched up that day, of course. And we just need an early goal. We cannot trail. Of course, look at this though. Look at this. Besides this last game, we hadn't scored at home in the last 3 games. It has been barren. The goals have been desolate. We need something. We need a spark of life. And of course, if you think it's all going to go away after a 2 or 3 or 4 week break in the summer, and you come back and the same man is there staring you down, playing Gallagher out wide, playing Brereton out wide, it's not. We just need a change philosophy. Let's come back next season. Let's have somebody say, oh Gallagher, you're like 6'12" or whatever. You're a gigantor. Why aren't we playing you down the middle? Let's play you down the middle and see if you can get on the end of some of these goals on these crosses. So we do need a fresh batch of ideas. I'm excited for that prospect, but I just don't know if that's going to happen. Anyway, let's take a look at the last 5 games here. Of course, Rovers coming to us on the back of the defeat against Sheffield Wednesday. We did beat Derby last time around at Ewood Park. Hopefully we can make a back-to-back home wins. Of course, that's the only way I can spin that right. As for Huddersfield, they're coming to this on the back of 3 defeats on the spin without a win in is this right? Is this right? When was the it is right. They played. Oh, there is one. There is that win. Their last match on the road, it was a win for Huddersfield, so it is pretty interesting to see how they'll respond here. But they do come to this on the back of the defeat to Barnsley. Just 1 win in the past 5 games for them, including a 7-0 demolition against Norwich. Of course, the journey so far, it's been very, very painful to see. Up as high as 6, I would have taken that. That was when we were dreaming. Even though we started off wobbly, I think with a defeat to Bournemouth in amongst all this. It wasn't a fantastic start. We didn't win our first game of the season. But we were up here, bam, 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 and then it all went a little bit wrong. Steadied the ship around about here. And this is around about October, I'm sure. And then it all went wrong. Little rebound, Bradley Dack gets injured. Shit show. It's been like that ever since. As for Huddersfield, again, they peaked around about 9th, but again, it all was a roller coaster all the way down to 20th. They are just above. This should be safe, I believe. So should we, but we'll see about that after the end of the game. Of course, the form table looks like this. Rovers are down into 19th, believe it or not. I thought we were much worse than that. Beneath us is actually Huddersfield. They are actually picking up. We picked up both 5 points out of the possible 18 out of the past 6 games. Kind of identical kind of form, really. I think we're just a little bit better in the last 3. Just one defeat past the last 3, both home and away. I want to spin it that way. Of course, the home form for Rovers, though, is down to 20th. Not great. Just 1 win in the past 6 games. As for Huddersfield, they're actually without a win in 6 at home. If you want to flip it around, though, Huddersfield's away form is much better. Just 1 defeat in the past 4. So yeah, looking very good on the road. Rovers down in 19th. It's not good. Of course, this is what's remaining. Thank heavens for that. We're on the brink of the end of the season, and of course, both of the remaining matches will take place on Saturday. So a bit of a respite, maybe. If we can get something out of this game against Huddersfield, then we can play. We can relax a little bit. Maybe play Ainsley Pears between the sticks. Some of the other youngsters, promote some of the guys, because we have to look at the extensive array of youngsters. I'm not saying go all out and play the youngsters. I'm saying give them. Let's see some game time in the final 2 to see what we're going to be left with, because we're going to be losing 8 to 10 first team players next season. So let's make it happen. Of course, that's what I've had to say. What about the fans on social media? Well, to be honest with you, I can't really go there. There's not much going on. They're all talking about other things. They're not talking about the game. And why should they? Because there's not much to get excited about. They're still talking about the Sheffield Wednesday match. But of course, one little specimen has got their own version on the game. Well, here she comes. Digicash, show me what's going to happen this coming weekend with your own prediction. course, take a look at the overall spectrum of the championship right here, right now. Of course, Rovers coming to this second-based, possession-based team, but of course, it is negative. As for Huddersfield, they're also quite a high possession team. Maybe we should let them have the ball, and of course, I think we let Derby have the ball on the last time we won, and we managed to get the win. So maybe it might work in our favour to be up against a possession-based team. We were played against Norwich. We managed to play pretty decent against a high percentage possession-based team. Then Bournemouth as well. Not recently, I think the first game of the season. The first game against Bournemouth this season, we lost, but we were so up for it. Meanwhile, the most aggressive side is Rotherham, picking up 71 yellows and 5 reds. Sheffield Wednesday got 7 reds this season. As for the aerial duels, Rovers are up there in 4th. Shots per game, Rovers are up there in 13.4 shots per game. They're in 2nd, of course, sandwiched between Norwich and Brentford. Again, all those names are up there: Norwich, Brentford, Barnsley, and Bournemouth. We are the red herring in that top 5. We do not need to be there, or we shouldn't be there. But for whatever reason, we are in there. As for the pass accuracy, of course, Huddersfield lead the charge 78.7% as well, hitting their intended target. As for what's going on this weekend, of course, Bournemouth they go up against Brentford on early kickoff on Saturday. QPR against Norwich on as well on normal kickoff on Saturday as well. Forest against Stoke, Derby against Birmingham, big one that one. Of course, Barnsley up against Rotherham, Coventry against Preston, Middlesbrough against Sheffield Wednesday, Watford against Millwall, Cardiff against Wigan, and Reading against Swansea on Sunday, and then Bristol City up against Luton Town as well. These are my kickoffs. So, yeah. As for the table, it looks like this. If you can see it, of course, Norwich lead the charge, 5 points clear over Watford, who are, 8 points clear of Bournemouth, 3 games left. Let's go back here. Bournemouth against Brentford, Watford against, should be nailed on. That Watford will be joining Norwich pretty much very, very soon. Of course, realistically, the only team that could make a push for the playoffs is Reading still, but it's going to be an ambitious push to say the least. So Barnsley, believe it or not, might have just done this. I think they need 1 point. Well, depending on what goes on this week, it's looking very, very unlikely that they will not make it. That they will do this, which is absolutely incredible when you think about it. Of course, down the foot of the table, Wycombe, Sheffield Wednesday, and Rotherham still fighting. All of them still fighting. And of course, a win this weekend for Wycombe would give them a chance to maybe catch Derby. It is nail biting stuff at the foot of the table. You just don't know. Yeah, Rotherham do have they have all the cards right now, Rotherham. So we're waiting to see what they do with those two games in hand. Of course, if they win both of those, they could go up to 45, 46 points, which would bring the likes of Huddersfield, Birmingham, Forest, and everyone else right back into the thick of things. Of course, the top goal scorer stakes right now is Ivan Toney with 29 goals. Pookie is second with 25. Adam Armstrong's got himself 21 goals. He is been up there the whole season. Lucas Chow, though, just on the cusp as well. As for the most assists, Elliott's up there with 11 alongside Wilson, but it's Bewenda leading the charge at the moment. That's all I've got, though, folks. That is all I've got. Of course, looking forward to this game. We'll do a watch along as well. If you're a Huddersfield fan, you can come and join me. If you're a Rovers fan, you come and join. If you just like pain and agony, you can come and join me as well. Details will be on the old channel as well. So make sure you check that out. Until then, though, be sure to give the video some loving. Smash your thumbs up, smash your subscribe, and I'll see you all next time for some more Rovers action. Until then, though, I am out.